Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the FERMA Forum in this beautiful city of Madrid. Madrid is a city with a rich history of exploration. Over 500 years ago, Christopher Columbus, one of the world's most famous explorers, he was setting sail across the Atlantic from Spain. But back then, he had no navigation rules. Here, there's no guidelines. He had just a vast uncharted ocean and a lot of courage driving him towards new discoveries. Today, we are fortunate to have precise global regulations governing navigation. And I enjoy sailing, and I actually bring this personal experience into my career as risk manager. Like many of you, my role requires me to navigate sometimes uncertain waters to access great opportunities that exploration offers us. So one of the key principles is actually the use of navigation lights, so it's green for starboard and red for port, which symbolize order and safety amidst potential chaos. But in risk management, we also have these colors. Greens mean safety and progress, enabling us to embrace opportunities, while red is actually warning us against potential danger and the need for caution. So these principles navigate us through the complexities of our work. Now, as we join the risk revolution, we also face increasingly chopping waters. But just like Columbus, he had his compass, and today we have tools and expertise and a lot of knowledge to steer us through uncertainty and guide us towards opportunity. So why not be here at the largest ever forum to explore risk ecosystems and anticipate what is going to happen? Let's start the discussions here. We are actually more than 3,000 participants, more than 60 speakers, more than 75 exhibitors, so I think it's really a testament to show how far we have come in 50 years, and it really demonstrates the relevance of our association and the work at European level, and it really also complements the work that our associations, that our members, that they do at national level. As you've heard, the theme of this year's forum is Join the Risk Revolution. This refers to the idea of embracing a transformative approach to risk management and reflect the shift from this old-school reactive methods of managing risk towards a more proactive, strategic, and integrated approach. Now, the idea of revolution also encourages us to think about ways and how we can and must adapt to rapidly emerging risks, like cyber threats, climate change, and the potential challenges of AI, and also incite risk managers to step into a more collaborative, strategic role, becoming central to their own organizations, still working across functions and with leadership, contributing to long-term resilience and to growth. Now, risk revolution, it also makes us think about innovation and agility. We need to find new ways to respond to risks in real time, but also to adopt new tools, new solutions like AI or advanced data analytics, while we are trying to improve risk detection, prediction, and mitigation. And now this invitation to join the risk revolution, it actually prompts us to think about a change in culture, moving towards one where risk and awareness is embedded across organizations and in which all our colleagues in our companies understand the importance and the value of proactively managed risks. So it's actually a call to action, a rallying cry to all of us to participate in the reshaping and redefinition of risk management to meet the demands of this increasingly complex and interconnected world. And it's actually true. Today's risk landscape is very different from it was 50 years ago when FERMA was founded. We now face a rapidly changing and interconnected set of risks driven by technological advancement, climate crisis, and also geopolitical instability. Resilience and adaptability are really key to managing these evolving threats. And risk managers today, we are actually faced with the twin challenges of responding to immediate short-term shocks, but at the same time we need to integrate also longer-term concerns, like adapting to the climate change and the green transition. So also the risk manager's role is evolving, and we see this as they join the risk revolution. This is highlighted in our Global Risk Management Report, which is launched here today. And this survey, it takes place every second year at European level, but now it really gathers the view from a global perspective for the first time ever. So it has now increased responses from our risk management associations across the world, but also from PwC's global network. So I really would like to thank our partners, PwC, but also Alaris, Club Franco-Risk, IRMSA, Parima, RIMS, and RMIA for their valuable contribution to make this global risk report a true success. And I can assure you, they are all here today, and there will also be a session tomorrow afternoon with deep dive into the results. You will have a copy of that report in your conference bag, and you can also find it at the FERMA stand. But now let me just touch upon a few of the highlights from the report, just a few of the headlines which demonstrate how the risk revolution is expanding the role of the risk managers to address today's very complex environment. So, the survey actually shows us that there is a need for a robust strategic risk management framework. It has never been clearer than today. Some 91% of the risk managers, they actually said that they are now engaged in corporate strategy to some extent. And this underlines the way that our profession and our role has moved from an operational one to a more strategic one. This new risk environment, it also calls for a holistic approach. And the survey shows us that the modern risk manager is dealing with both insurable and increasingly uninsurable risks, like, for instance, sustainability, climate change, cybersecurity, but also the regulatory compliance and the social aspects of ESG policies. And the number of risk managers who are involved in actually assessing ESG risk has grown considerably over the past 2 years. So risk managers today, they understand the need and the opportunity inherent, leveraging also new technologies and data to help to predict, to also quantify and mitigating risks quite often in real time. Now, also the investment in risk management, digital risk management tool, that is on the forefront of the risk managers within the next 1 to 2 years. So, but there are also some challenges around, let's say, the new technologies, because almost of all the risk managers, they said now they're starting to assess AI-related risks. That is new in our report. And now, of course, the survey also looked on how we can adapt the organizations, how the organization can adapt their insurance strategies to meet their new risk reality. More than half of the risk respondents said that risk retention was a primary part of their strategy, with a third saying that they are using captives as part of an overall risk management plan. Now, interest in captives is growing, with increasing use anticipated across multiple business lines. And other alternative solutions, also like parametric covers, are also gaining traction. But troublingly, however, is that more than half of the risk managers fear that some of the risks are actually, or their activities, will become uninsurable in the near future. And that's more than 50% who stated that. Let's just let sink in. So climate change, cyber-related attacks, supply chain risk, they are at the top of the respondents' mind here. Our insurance partners, and many of them, thank you very much for that, are here at the forum. They continue to support us, and we are incredibly grateful for that. But let's now move a little bit beyond the dialogue, but into an action, and then have a dialogue about these critical risks and see how we can find risk transfer solutions. And I think this is a brilliant place to be here at the forum. Now, what is FERMA doing about this new role? How do we support our members, which is the risk managers? Well, we do that in providing guidelines and policy papers. I believe that we play really a pivotal role in connecting, influencing, and empowering the risk management community. Now, as we look into the future, we actually also have a busy year ahead of us, and very productive. Because in terms of advocacy, we will continue to push for risk-based approaches to be integrated into the areas of EU policy and EU legislations like digitalization, sustainability, risk transfer, and enterprise risk management. And I'm also proud to say that we have just recently published our policy manifesto from 2024 to 2029, which aims to make Europe risk-ready for a brighter future. And in this manifesto, it has been developed together with our associations. It will present EU policymakers with our strategies and our priorities for the current institutional mandate, and it will also outline how we as FERMA can contribute to those goals. And a major focus of FERMA has also been on our newly released policy notes, which will help risk managers with the implementation of this vast variety of EU legislation. So over the course of this forum, we are actually having 3 fast-track FERMA learning sessions, and there you can discuss with our experts on some of those key topics. So firstly, we have our EU AI Act from a risk management point of view. It will be presented this afternoon. We also have a policy paper about navigating the Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive that will be for tomorrow morning. And last but not least, also our cyber reporting stack will be presented tomorrow afternoon. So you can hear, FERMA, we are really committed to equipping our risk managers with the tools, frameworks needed to adapt to the new changing risk environment. Our newly established ERM committee is developing practical risk management guidance to empower risk managers to influence decision makers, and we will produce a white paper on this over the next year. And we also have our newly established Foresight Committee, which brings together experts from various fields such as strategy, climate, EU, AI, economy, and law. So we will use their perspectives to make sure that they have their view on future risk and trends, to make sure that FERMA remains at the forefront of this trend analysis and strategic planning. So, FERMA, we will continue to provide this platform for dialogue with some of the thornier issues of today, bringing together all the stakeholders around the table to discuss topics, including the ways to close the cyber and climate protection gaps, insurance for transition-related activities, among others. And of course, we also have our eyes on boosting the professionalism of our sector. So we do that through the REMAP certification. And there will also be a FERMA fast track today, this afternoon, where you can hear more about the REMAP certification. And we also then will try to create pathways for the young professionals, the young talent who are joining our vibrant industry. So we are joined here at this forum by a number of young professionals and students from the University of Autonoma de Madrid, also the University Paris-Dauphine in Paris, but also from the European University College Association, and last but not least, our associations are also bringing young professionals to this FERMA forum. So we welcome all of them. Now, in conclusion, I would like to say that over the past 50 years, our risk management profession, it has evolved very rapidly. The strategic actions we are taking at FERMA reflect our commitment to addressing the needs of risk managers across Europe while navigating this change and readying ourselves for the next 50 years. So with this, I would really welcome you all and invite you to join me in the risk revolution. Thank you very much.